Appreciate you guys coming through tonight. We got the NFL draft popping off, unlike any other way we've ever seen it. I'm watching the NFL Network here, and it's crazy looking at my guy here. What's his name? Trey Wingo. And just looking at the screen is almost like we looking at a Zoom ourselves there, Smitty. All of them screens of virtual war rooms and it's crazy. But we all know the time that we're in. Hey, I kind of applaud the re-maneuvering everyone has done, all of us, like in our jobs and even something like this. You're seeing a virtual draft, so that's kind of cool. But anyway, man. What's up to Thad Radcliffe, Marauder 4023, who's already in the chat. And I know more of you guys will be funneling in later on. But yeah, we don't really have much to go into tonight, man. We just figured we'd do something, I guess, pertaining to the draft. Kind of give our thoughts about who gets picked. We'll sit around a little while. We're not going to be here the entire draft or anything like that. And we might not even be here the whole 2 hours segment, but we really want to kind of see what Madden is doing in terms of how they're going to present this virtual acceptance of being drafted. What we're really going to look at is it something that we can identify that might make its way to Madden 21? Because I want to give a shout out to Eric Rayweather. He did a video maybe a couple weeks ago saying possible Madden 21 news, and he made the correlation of, and I think we talked about this the last time we were on the show. We missed last week, but I think the week before that, we talked about how we don't think there's something they're going to build just specifically for this. They could, but to me, it seems like if you're going to spend any kind of dev time, if you will, this might be something that they're already working on. So I want to see what they're presenting in terms of the virtual situation there. But outside of that, Smitty, you know how we get started, man. We'll throw it to Smitty and see how was your week, how's everything going. And I'll give my 2 cents, and then we'll jump on into whatever we gonna talk about.
Yeah, I mean, as I'm watching the draft here, like Sim watching it his way, I got it up on my phone, so I'm seeing what's going on with it and everything. But I mean, week has been going pretty good. Everything's been solid. Shoot, I mean, everything's been pretty much at the same pace because I mean we've been inside
Right.
mainly, other than going to the grocery store. That's really been it. I mean, so
Bengals on the clock.
Yep. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, yeah, my thing is as far as looking at Madden with this and what EA may do.
Look at this. Look at this. Is this? No, I was about to say, is that a Madden thing or is that just NFL
No,
Networks?
I think that's ESPN.
That's their
thing.
stuff.
Yeah, that's their stuff. Like.
Yeah, I think that's NFL Network / ESPN, whichever one you guys are watching. That's their stuff. Yeah. I'm assuming.
Yeah, because see, the thing is, if EA does anything with their presentation where it jumps off like that, then the game better be like their presentation better be way up there too.
Right.
So because the thing is, I don't think that it was. I mean, this was something that just came up out of nowhere. So this was not a original plan.
Yeah.
For them to be doing it like this. So for them to be like, EA is going to be doing something Madden-esque, involved with the draft, then then whatever they show, I'm going to have that same energy when it comes to the game, because I'm like, if you're able to put something together that looks real, solid, clean, and it's like, I should say, immersive, in a sense, as far as the draft is concerned, I should say as involved, immersively involved,
right.
Then that's what I'm expecting out of this here game. I'm expecting to see the same thing when it comes to the game here. So we'll see, man.
Yeah, I'm with Smitty, man. real quick as well. Look at this. Look at how they present it on NFL Network.
Yeah.
Look like me and Smitty here. With the, I'll tell you who is eating off of this situation is Zoom. Zoom has come up during this pandemic, but week has been great. As you guys can see, still haven't been groomed. No haircut. No. I'm just gonna let it rock, man. Listen, I ain't here to impress nobody. My lady live with me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good. I can keep the pandemic non-haircut, non-trim. It is what it is. Other than that, man, definitely want to mention that as well. I hope you guys are still well. I haven't heard an update from Smitty in a negative way, so that means I'm gonna just assume Mom's is doing great. So glad to hear that, or glad to not hear anything. I guess I should say I didn't hear anything from Smitty, so that's good news. And I hope everybody's safe, man. And hey, hopefully this thing can be over at some point. But I'm gonna caution everybody. I'm gonna just spend 2 seconds saying this. I know there's a whole lot of stuff going on, Smitty, right now about everybody talking about, reopening in certain areas.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, just protect yourselves, man. Regardless of what your governor is doing, what the president is doing, whatever your city limits, just protect yourself. Don't just go running back out in society because, oh, great, now everything's... No. The virus hasn't gone anywhere. And I was just telling Smitty, I'm going to give you guys some good news that's still bad news. I always been keeping my eye on the New York numbers because obviously I got family in New York, as well as, it's not like New York is extremely far away from Pennsylvania. So I've been keeping close eyes on both here in Pennsylvania and New York. There was a time, you guys remember, a week or so ago, where New York at one time they lost 800 and something people in a day. The last numbers that I heard yesterday, I didn't watch today, but yesterday they lost 400 and something. Good news, but horrible news, right? Still 400 people died in a day. But it's good to see that it has steadily declined since they felt like a plateau was happening. That's great news for you hip-hop fans out there. Unfortunately, today we found out Fred the Godson passed away. Coronavirus complications. 35 years old. That's it. Now, I'm not going to speculate or anything like that. I see a lot of stuff in the reports, because we all know he was a heavier guy. There's reports out there saying he had other health complications, which he may have, but who cares? The man still passed away 35. And that's just trying to put it in perspective for everybody. So it's getting better, but don't just be loose out there. Don't just be running on out there because you're tired of being in the house and your kids might be running you crazy, wifey might be running you crazy, or you running her crazy. Just still be smart about it. Wear your mask and do what you got to do. But all right, man. What up, Kia? I like when Kia comes in here with his hellos. But like I said, we don't really have nothing to talk about, man. I think me and Smitty are kind of bounce off of each other and kind of look in the chat, see what y'all got. This is an open show tonight. I was going to try to do the blog talk thing, but I will be honest in saying I don't even want to deal with that if it's not going to work. So, we won't have tonight's show as a call-in show. We'll set that for next week. But what y'all got, man? Let me ask you, Smitty, do you think, is Joe Burrow going number one in Cincinnati? Do you think Cincinnati is going to go ahead and jump out the window and draft him, draft a quarterback, or are they by chance looking past him and perhaps get another quarterback? What you think?
I think Burrow is for sure going to go number one. I mean, they need the quarterback spot filled. They need that in a major way. I mean, I know when they had signed Carson Palmer, it was that kind of situation back then as well when it came to Carson Palmer being drafted. Like, it was a clear void that they had at the quarterback spot. Like, they were very rough there. So, excuse me. So, I mean, I definitely see them going with quarterback. Definitely, Joe Burrow is like the number one pick without question. You know what I'm saying? So, One thing I will say though, I'll just say like as far as my hometown team and everything, there have been rumors about them trading down to 5 and giving up the pick for a few other picks, and then they'll possibly trade back into the first round. So they would trade down to 5, take that 5th pick along with a few other picks, use some of those picks they would get in trade via trade, and okay, the Heisman speech, and they would take those picks via trade and push their way back, try to get back into the first round and get a pick. So that way they're, not spending as much money, but still,
Yeah.
it's like
You could do some things with that 5th. You
could do
pick
that.
there.
Yeah. You got some versatility. But I honestly, to be quite honest, like I said, I wasn't the most hip to the whole Tua pick, but I think they need to go ahead and make. Yeah, for us. I'm just saying for the Lions. I kind of think they need.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, like I mean, that was thrown around so much because he had the hip injury and everything like that, and it was like he passed the physicals, he's cleared all that good stuff. So it's just like I think they need to make the pick. Like I say, make the pick. Excuse me. Make the pick and then give it to what's his name? Get Tua. I understand and I see them saying drafting that corner, getting that cornerback or what have you. Like, man, look. I mean, a corner to come out, they stupid.
Now, let me say this real quick, too, guys.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Sam.
I see some, and I appreciate you guys putting it in the chat, but let me bring you guys up to speed really quick. 1 second. Let me just hear him say it. Joe Barrow, I'm sure. There you go. So, Smitty and I both, I just was telling Smitty before the show started that I cut the cord, folks. I finally went out there and cut the cord. No more cable for me. I'm using IPTV. You guys are probably familiar with a lot of those programs. The one that I'm actually using is called Expedite TV. $24 a month. I get crazy channels. I found out I got all the NFL games, all kinds of crazy stuff. But it's going to be a small delay because I'm watching it on the Fire Stick here on the TV. So you guys who have traditional cable will probably see the pick before us by a hair. So just letting y'all know that. So if it sounds like me and Smitty are a little behind, we're both actually watching the draft using IPTV. And in case you guys don't really know what that is, again, it's one of those situations where if you have a Fire Stick or Apple TV or something like that and you're streaming, and there's a lot of companies and services out there now that you could actually even pay for. People used to use Kodi, but now there's actual service. I mean, I have a guide. If I get a chance, I'll show you guys with the camera. I got a guide and everything. Man, it's actual cable. It's just not. Go ahead, Smith.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Sam, but as you see the highlights of Burrow, you see. Listen, Madden team, please. Okay, well, I know we give you guys kudos to say y'all know what to do and all that good stuff, but you see how he's throwing the ball. You see the passing trajectories, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see how he's throwing the ball into space, right? We can't throw into space in Madden, and we've played. Many of us have played that case. You had it in the game before already. You have to come with better control. This is why people play NFL 2K5 and All Pro Football, because they throw passes like they're leading them into space. They're not throwing it to their number. They're not throwing it to where they're going to be at. They throw it to a spot, or they try to throw the ball to a spot, so that way the wide receiver could come down with it. So that's something you got to have that. You got to have that kind of stuff in your game, man. It's not acceptable to not have. And I'm talking about this is just quarterbacking, pass trajectories, and pass placement. Something that you had done a long time ago back on PS2.
He do look like Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, he do.
And the young version. That's the funny thing. He looked like the Home Alone version.
Yeah.
Just grown up. You know what I mean? Because to me, he don't necessarily look like the modern day Macaulay Culkin, or however you say his name, but he looks like the Home Alone guy that got a little older. That's crazy. But yeah, man, Smitty is absolutely right. Again, guys, it's going to be a lot of that tonight, intertwining Madden with the draft. And again, hey, and I missed the presentation because I was talking to you guys. Did they show any type of virtual presentation?
No, not yet.
Because apparently we're supposed to see the draft picks from what we were told being introduced to Roger Goodell or being drafted. So that's really what we are trying to see what part of this madness partaking in. But I agree with Smitty. I mean, listen, I got a couple of videos I'm expecting to be putting out soon. Kind of old school format. I'll actually throw it out there to you guys. But more than likely, if I can't get it, I may have to rely on, I don't want to say rely, but I may have to get the services of my brother Smitty or Azure, or maybe even NYKid, guys that I believe do still have access to All Pro Football. And I just need a few clips of some certain things, and I'm going to do some comparisons with that and Madden to just show Madden. I continue to say this, man. Madden just lacks a lot of the fundamentals replication. Go ahead, Smitty. What you got?
I gotta say this.
Mm-hmm.
Just like my man 2K Football now put out a clip earlier today of showing Steve McNair and the way it animated him navigating through the pocket and climbing up. They're showing comparisons of Tom Brady, Jared Goff, and everything, and it's like the way the animation, the movement, the way the pocket deformed and collapsed and everything, and the way the O and D line were interacting in the animations, it looks very lifelike in terms of the translation between real life, what you see here, and what was done in All Pro Football. That's why I'm lending to the point of what Simon's saying. And what other people say too, it's like the game doesn't animate. It doesn't have a true translation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why you have it like, like the way it looks in here, All Pro Football has. That's why I said earlier today, I tweeted off of that and was saying like, we're going on 13 years of All Pro Football still hitting the mark like that. Like, when is when is EA going to step it up? Like, when's Madden going to get it? Like, because I mean, you guys should be running the table, and it's like when I have the urge to fire up Madden 20 and play a little bit, I play it very little, and then I stop. I jump right off the stick because it's just it's not that translation. It's not that translation of football authenticity I should get that's in an EA package. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I gotta fire up All Pro Football to really get that, and it's crazy, man. Gotta do better. So, but no, I just wanted to tack on to what Sim was saying, man. That's why I mentioned it.
And shout outs to that King 0628. He says he heard Eric Rayweather say in an early video that the Madden presentation stuff was called off. Oh wow. If that's the case, wow. And I wonder why. I'm not sure if that's true or not, because like he said he thinks he heard that. I didn't see anything like that. It would be hilarious though, being that EA or whoever it was, they were the ones, or the NFL were the ones that were marketing it. So it would be hilarious if now they're not even doing that. I'll actually go back in and change the title of this video. Don't want to false advertise. Right. Looking at Chase Young here, guys. He's on the telephone. My speculation would be is that he's talking to the Redskin organization here, because y'all know they talk to them before the name is announced. But maybe not. He could be talking to his agent. And
could be talking to his agent to scare him to pick. Like what McGahee did back then.
Yep. We shall see.
Mean, he's a top 5 pick out of the way. Like, I don't see him slipping past. I don't see him slipping past us. If he's there after 2, yeah, he coming here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Redskins better pick him, man. They need something. And it's funny because the Skins actually had some defensive players, especially across the front. But yeah, I believe.
They did. I just got the text. Yeah, they picked him. Okay.
All right. He is a Redskin. Wait a minute. How many people in that house? That ain't social distancing. Hold on now. I count at least about 8 on the screen there. There's a cameraman. Nah, I'm just fooling around. Oh, that's dope. I didn't even know he was born in Upper Marlboro. For you guys that don't know, I know my brother Tony's in here, so he knows all about this. The D.C., Maryland, Northern Virginia area is known as the DMV, right? Upper Marlboro is in PG County. PG County is a huge, like, I guess I would say affiliate of DC. Like, that's where, your Kevin Durant's and guys like that, that's where they're actually from. Even though some of these guys, finagle their way to play ball in DC and et cetera, et cetera. But that's cool that my man is from Upper Marlboro. The Redskins facility is in Landover, which is, it's right there. You know what I mean? It's like really close. So that's kind of cool, man. He ends up going to like his the hometown team, if you will. I think it's Landover. Ain't that where the stadium is at? FedEx? Yeah. But yeah, I didn't even realize he was from Upper Marlboro. Had no idea. Appreciate that jump. I see it. It's probably going to give you a notification here in a moment, man. There it is. Appreciate the donation.
Oh.
And
let's much love for the donation, bro.
Let's
appreciate
read the comment. Man. Hold on. Let me fix it so it will show up. Gotta move the alert box somewhere where you can see it, I would assume. Let me see. Hold on, guys.
The pursuit, showcasing elite pursuit and the proper angular foot planting and everything like that.
Yeah.
This is all stuff that I brought up a few weeks ago. This was stuff that Andrew Wilson said we were supposed to get this generation with Ignite. Biomechanics. Remember that. That's what was said. Biomechanics. So that's real world mechanics you're talking about. You're not replicating that in Madden right now, and it's like you should be able to showcase players that are elite with cutting and planting and taking proper angles quickly, like you shown some plays there with Chase Young. You saw him make here. He's running one direction, full speed, trying to cut off an angle, and then he quickly is able to plant and change direction and pick his speed right back up and get to the quarterback or the ball carrier. Like, that's that's the kind of stuff that we need to see happening, like, for real.
JJ Walker says, it's wild. That's my friend cousin. That's dope.
Oh, that's what's up.
And Jay Wallace said, I thought it was Landover, man. And again, for anybody who's from that area, and like I said, I lived in the D.C., Maryland area for a while as well before I moved to Pennsylvania. It's that whole pocket right there, Landover, Largo, Mitchellville, Forestville. All of that is so, you can throw a rock to the next area. So sometimes I forget exactly where certain things are, but I thought Landover was where FedEx Field was at. All right, Lions, pick is in, baby.
All right, I guess they kept it. They kept the pick.
And Jump says, been a while, man, but good brothers, keep it moving. I see, glad, he says, glad to see y'all is fam is safe. Yeah, man, glad to see you too, man. Happy to see you. And all of you guys, man, that's in the chat. Obviously, if you guys are chatting it up, everybody must be safe. We don't want to assume, but I would think that would be the case. So let's see what Detroit's going to do.
Yeah, I honestly, they did.
Come on, Luck. All right. Luke. I always say Luck. Luke. Nobody could be in the DMV area and not try mumbo sauce. Come on now, brother. Now I know a lot of you guys don't know what that is, and it's actually a mumbo sauce. And let me let y'all know a little secret. If y'all ever travel to the surrounding areas of the DMV, or even a little bit outside of that, you could get some fake mumbo sauce. And Tony, chime in here, man, when you get a chance in the chat. If it's not that burgundy-ish color, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? If it's red, that's kind of like the carry out just throwing some sweet and sour sauce at you. That ain't the real deal. Mumbo sauce should have like that burgundy-ish type of. That's the flavor. And for you guys that don't know nothing about that, man, you got to be in DC or the surrounding areas to even get a taste of that. Buying it out of the store, if you find it, nah, that ain't it. Yes, sir. Jay Wallace says mumbo with the chicken box. Yeah, man, they don't know, man. But what happened, Smitty? They traded it?
No, they kept the pick.
Who they get?
They picked the cornerback. What's the name? Jeff Okuda.
Okay.
From Ohio State. I mean, third overall pick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Third overall pick. I mean, look, Darius Slay was what? Slay was like a second round pick, I think.
But I was just about to ask you why did they feel like they needed to go corner in first round? I forgot all about Slay.
I mean, but yeah, we lost Slay, but at the same time, but number 3 overall though.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, man. I mean, he better be a generational talent for number 3 overall.
And is there another corner? I'd love to hear from the chat as well. I know there is, but is there somebody else that you guys think that they could have waited and got it?
Man,
at corner.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm telling you, look, if Tua come into the league and he start blowing it up and things like that, see that's when I'm going to be looking like we should have drafted him. Because I mean, honestly, who's a quarterback on the horizon? Yeah, he's a dog in college.
But he's a bad boy now. I agree with Dez on that. He's a bad boy.
But you know what? You know who else was a dog in college? DeQuiz Denard as well. Where he at? Like he was a bad boy too. So it's like I'm not. If you drafted a cornerback number 1, I mean, he better in the first round. On top of that too, and within the first 15 picks, man, he better do some stuff. I mean, he better be a natural.
He's a bad boy. But I definitely love to hear Smitty's thoughts because he is a Detroit fan. So I like to hear what you guys say in the chat too, man. Do you guys think y'all would have picked him that early? Even though I know he's a bad boy, do you guys think y'all would have drafted him at number 3?
Right. No, I would have drafted him at number. I would have took him at number 3. I would have took him at number 3. I mean, he's a great talent, but the other thing you got to understand though is that what is the smarter move to make? Matthew Stafford is not going to be playing for us the next 8, 9, 10 years. That's not happening. And he's a great quarterback, so don't get me wrong. It's not that Stafford is terrible or anything. Stafford's been great for us. But the problem, though, is that you need to transition away. See, it's just like what happened with the Pistons when they won the chip, right? That 04 Pistons that won, I mean. When the Pistons won the chip, the big problem was they never transitioned away from that same nucleus of Chauncey, Rip, Ben, Tay, Sheet. They kept running that same 5 forever when they honestly needed to transition earlier. They needed to transition when they were younger. They needed to work Darko in the rotation. They needed to you got to keep the machine vibrant and moving. That's just like what Golden State did. That's why they were so good for so long. They had a good core, and then they kept moving pieces around it. They lost Harrison Barnes, but they still kept moving pieces around to make sure they keep that team on top. The Lions are in a losing predicament a guy that may be a shutdown corner is not going to. That's not the move because you had that and you still couldn't go nowhere. You need, if anything, you should have drafted Tua and brought him in, let him take that year, learn everything else, send Stafford off in style in a package. Let him, trade him away to somebody else that put him in a winning situation somewhere else, and then let him go ahead. He said he's 32. All right, Kia. Be a Detroit Lions fan for a while. then we can have a conversation. You can't talk to me about how, like it's okay. Oh, he only 32. Watch 16 weeks of Lions football and then get back to me, man. Like, no, don't come at me with the how that he's not old yet. Bro, it's not going to, you have to change the scenario because it's not going to work. Look, it's one or two things that has to happen with the Detroit Lions. Either they have to put Stafford in a completely winning situation, like now, like meaning the draft and whatever the free agency moves they made and the draft. They have to make it happen. Or else bring somebody in new, which they should have done, and usher in a new era. Let him go somewhere else as a winner and win and play out the rest of his career respectfully and start anew here with a new quarterback. Because look, with Patricia and them here, dude, those guys are going to be gone. You know what I'm saying? They are going to be gone. Quinn and Patricia, them boys are going to be out. If they do not win, I mean, they better win and win big this year. If they don't, they're gone. Bigly. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, they are not good, dude. They like it's not in a good spot. Stafford is as great as Stafford is. He can't throw. He can't throw us into a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? That's impossible for him to do. He's one component. Football, everybody matters in that regard, and there's nothing wrong with starting fresh because what's going to have to happen, like I said, they're going to have to cut. They're going to have to make some cuts. Okay, they're going to have to cut from the top. Get Quinn and Patricia out. Bring some new people in, and then you got my man, and then you have a new guy into it. He'll be fresh to the game. Watch, don't let him go. Let him go elsewhere. What do you say? He went to Miami. Okay, if he goes over there and he starts having a good year, then what you go? Then what? You know what I'm saying? So nah.
Yeah,
it does make sense in drafting him because you got the talent there. Okay, that's like saying, that's like telling the Bulls, Haley, shh, not right now. That's like telling the Bulls, don't draft Michael Jordan because your coaching situation is going to change in a few years because it's been suffering. No, you're going to draft the talent that you need regardless of what the situation is, and then just have them adapt to the changes. Like, nah, that's something that has to happen. Every quarterback that's drafted in the NFL is not going to stay where they're at their whole career. So it's like, no, that's something he'll have to get acclimated to. Come on. It has to happen. So, but I just had to say that, though. Had to speak my piece on that. Yeah. Go ahead, Sam. Go ahead, bro.
I'm in the middle of changing this title because clearly Madden ain't doing nothing with this. 2020 NFL Draft live conversation. Yeah, I can't say, man, whether it was a good or a bad pick. He is rated the top corner in the draft. I guess if the Lions feel like they need to fill that void and they've identified him as their guy, I understand it. But I can see what Smitty is saying too. The question is, though, and I know the Steelers fans, Well, hold on. Let's see who the Giants pick. 1 second. Okay, Andrew Thomas, the tackle. Yeah. Now I don't know the top ranked lineman, but I can understand the Giants going offensive line. That's something they've definitely needed to do last couple years to see if they can get that part of it rolling. Maybe Daniel Jones can be a little more comfortable. But there you go. I don't know how the Giants fans feel, but getting back to the Tua situation, I don't know if I don't watch every game, so I don't know if Stafford is done either, but I definitely don't see where the disadvantage would have been picking a guy like Tua, having a guy like Stafford, and allow Tua to, get as healthy as he can, learn a year or two. Unless it's like what Kia said. Maybe they do feel like, listen, we like Stafford. We think we can still get the best out of him. We need more help on defense. Who knows? And what I was going to say as far as the Steelers organization, and Steelers fans, we know that. I mean, I think all NFL team fans can say a lot of times we prefer them to do something and the front office is thinking totally different. So who knows? Who knows what Detroit is thinking? Maybe they feel like this is the guy that they had identified as the highest rated on their board and they went with it. But I won't, I can't, again, I'll give that respect to Smitty. He watches the team, so he would have more of an opinion than me. But I can't, myself, I couldn't say if it was a good or a bad pick because I don't know their full situation. But I can say the Giants definitely needed some offensive line help. I heard one of the commentators here say they didn't think he would be the first offensive lineman. I wouldn't know anything about that either.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad. I'm not saying that it's a bad pick. I'm not saying it's a bad pick, but they didn't make the right pick.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that he would have been like, oh man, he's going to be a terrible player, but they need a more impactful player. Which player? What position is going to be more impactful on a team out the box? If you're a defensive team, then yeah, cornerback would be it. That definitely be the way to go. I'd be jumping for joy if that's the case. But we're not. We suck. Our defense is terrible. Our pass defense is bad. So it's like drafting him. Yeah, that's cool, but I would rather take the quarterback because you need change there. You have to. And it's got nothing to do with Stafford's ability to keep playing. Of course he can play. That's not my point. And I'm listen, the reason why I'm saying let Stafford go somewhere and win because he is a top tier quarterback. Period. People don't give him the grade, but he is a top tier quarterback. It's because of what he's put into. That's why. It's not him, it's the circumstance that sucks. And it's like some people really think that he's supposed to just overcome all and they're just supposed to be great by him. No, it doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying you need to have changes in the atmosphere. There's nothing wrong with having atmospheric change. Because guess what happens when you don't change and you just ride till the wheels fall off? You're going to be in a worse spot. That's going to put you in an even worse spot than what you're already in. You have to change things up. That just has to happen. So that's my thing about that. I don't know where a good fit for Stafford is. I'm not thinking about well, he could go here or he could go there. I'm not thinking about that part. I'm only thinking about the fact that we need to make a transitional move from our team. And just like what my man said, Drizzy right there, perfect. Just like what happened with Cam Newton. Look at all the success that Carolina has had. And they cut Cam Newton. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Is Cam washed up? Is he done? No, he's not done by a long shot. But at the same time, you eventually got to make a move. You have to transition in key roles. You have to do it. You can't just not do it and just stay the same. No, Stafford needs to go somewhere else. Detroit the Detroit needs change in a bad way. Period. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah, from that position, I can see your point there with the Cam thing. You know,
yeah.
sometimes it's not always about giving up on a player or whatever. Sometimes, you know, a change of scenery might be good for both. So yeah, I can't argue with that, man. Let's see who the Dolphins pick. Let's see if the Dolphins are gonna go with Tua.
I'm telling you, if they get to it and he comes in and he starts doing some good work off the gate, yeah, that's gonna be real upsetting. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll
Yeah.
be like, man, we could have had if he sat out for the year, but even if he sat out for the year with us and we drafted him, I'll still be looking and be like, man, we could have had him. And that's the kind of player like we need some new blood injected into the team. And I'm like, especially at that key position. Like, oh man, mm-mm. Like we need that. And see, the other thing too is, guys, we look at Galladay and we look at him like, oh, but we got Kenny Galladay and we got this, but these dudes don't stay healthy. That's the problem. What happens when they go down? Then what? You see what I'm saying? Then we ain't got nothing else after that. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they go down, that's it. Come on. I'm saying Tua is saying Tua went to the Dolphins.
Okay, cool.
Well, there you go. There you have it.
Yeah, see, I get to see just about how delayed the IPTV is. About 20 seconds. Yeah, because I'm seeing the pick right now. Wow. All right, Tua.
Well,
Congrats to him, man. Congrats to him. The family look like they don't know the news yet. Oh, they didn't.
right.
They didn't hear it called yet. That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot of.
Yeah, that boy done had some injuries, ain't he?
Yeah.
Yikes. But hey, man, like they say, football is a violent sport. Man, I know that dislocated hip had to hurt, boy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Steeler fans, man, I posted it in the chat, man. You know, we don't really have nothing to talk about tonight, man. We just sitting back here enjoying it. We'll be able to talk tomorrow when we draft. But I am not nowhere near upset. It's funny, man, Smitty. It's funny how fans sometimes, they kind of, I guess I could say fair weather, but they kind of have amnesia. You know, like I seen so many Steeler fans today pissed off because we don't have a first round pick. I'm like, do y'all realize we got Minka Fitzpatrick? And what he brought to the defense last year, what he brought to the team, his interceptions, the turnovers. I mean, 97-yard interception return that I actually happened to be at the game and saw that live. Come on now. Getting him in his second year, meaning he has 3 more years with us because you know the 5th-year option will happen. That's our first round pick. Especially as much as you know, Steeler fans complain about safety play. We got our safety early, so chill. We'll be all right. Y'all can't say y'all didn't appreciate that defense we had last year, so we'll be fine.
Right.
We'll be fine. Now, it will be interesting to see if we trade down, though. You know, there's some people saying that they would like to see, or speculation that the Steelers might trade the 49th pick to move, you know, down into the 3rd and get more 3rd-round picks back since we're already at 49. I'm not opposed to that either because I think there's still going to be some talent there to get. But we shall see. But I think Steelers, Smitty, they're probably going to go best player available. Especially sitting at that spot. I don't think they'll necessarily go for need, even though the best player available and on their board might be a need spot. It might be receiver. It could be safety. A third safety that we need in the defense. If like guys like Antoine Winfield Jr. is there. It's interesting, man. I have a feeling it's going to be a wide receiver. And like what we've been talking about over in the Steeler Nation, man, is it'll probably be a guy like Michael Pittman Jr. out of USC, or I don't really know who else because I don't know who else is going to be there. There's a lot of receivers, but I just don't. We'll know. We'll know more as we see what happens the rest of the night and going into tomorrow. Who we think will be sitting there at 49 if they stay at 49.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I wonder if we're going to see any trades in this first round.
Yeah.
Nothing much. Afro Thunder said, what's going on? He just got in. Smitty and I, man, we just talking, we just giving y'all a place to chat it up while we watch the draft. It ain't no real topics tonight. We thought EA was supposed to be presenting some type of virtual effect. That was the news that came out about 2 weeks ago. So that was the title of this video. And some of you guys who might see the link on Twitter, it still says that, but I've changed the title. That's what we were going to talk about, to see how EA was presenting it and if it looked like a new feature that we might be able to expect in Madden 21. But apparently it didn't happen. So right now we just talking football. No real topic tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, ain't nothing going on here. I'm just up here checking a few things and not, to not see anything.
The Chargers, the pick is in. So, and we have a small delay, because again, the way me and Smitty watch our cable, not the traditional way, so we have a small delay. So the chat will probably tell us here in a minute, jump. But it does say that their pick is in.
Oh, so okay, so like I guess somebody had responded to Azure earlier and was saying like they canceled it at the last minute.
Of
EA,
course.
what I mean about
that
them
sound like EA to me.
integrating anything as far as the draft. So
yeah, I'm gonna put a tweet out there and try to stir up some trouble. I'm gonna say, anybody else notice that EA and Madden is missing from this presentation?
dang, people going in on it. It said Forvert. Shout out to Forverts, man. They said that. Did I miss the Madden piece of draft they were talking about? They said they were gonna patch it and release it in Mutt. Somebody said that.
Wow.
Someone else said probably just fired up franchise mode and the NFL passed on them. Like, oh man. They're probably going to try and add it next season because they ran out of time. Oh man, silly.
That EA Sports and Madden NFL is MIA. Oh, it's crazy. It's MIA.
All right, they picked Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert, Raw. Quarterback. Wow, okay. Herbert, number 2 quarterback off the board. Then he played at Oregon, right? It's probably easy. Herbert, yeah. So
Oregon, yeah.
They probably had closer eyes on him. See, this is interesting, man, and it definitely when you talk about the Steelers, because most of us, the Steelers fans know their process. We're gonna see a lot of teams get picked. I mean, a lot of guys get picked that the teams may have had a little more familiarity with as far as locale. Because remember, pro days and all of that didn't happen. A lot of these guys, of course, that's gonna get picked tonight were at the combine, but that's another thing. Not everybody went. Not everybody did all the tests at the combine. So I think we're going to see a lot of players picked that are relatively closer. Maybe the team had a chance to see some of these guys, earlier in the season before the off season. But congrats to him, man. All right. What y'all think about that, chat? Y'all agree, disagree, hate it, love it?
Well, they definitely do need the quarterback.
Kia said, bust the rule.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't foresee him being the second quarterback pick, but hey, what do I know? That was a pretty ball right there he threw, but everybody has a moment.
Well,
yeah, I'm waiting to see where Isaiah Simmons is going, man. That bad boy.
Hollywood, you a fool, man. You said if it was Ultimate Team, it would have been ready.
You ain't never lied.
I'm like, yo, I real talk though. Yeah, I'm like, you right. You right. Based off, and I mean, sadly, that's based off the track record. Like, they will. I mean, remember when they had issues? What was that? A few months ago, or whatever. They straight put the whole game. Like, you couldn't play online leagues and all that stuff was shut down trying to fix stuff because of Ultimate Team issues. Like, it was like, we got to take portions of the game completely offline to fix this Ultimate Team stuff. Like, yeah, they'll. So it's like, yeah.
Oh, wait. I'm bugging. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, you good. Go ahead.
Want the second quarterback. Tua went before him.
Yeah, no, Tua went. Yeah.
So
third quarterback.
Yeah, I was completely wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. Third quarterback.
All right. Well, I guess. I mean, I don't know how all of these quarterbacks rank, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he kind of fits. I'm not comparing the two, but he fits the mold, at least the physical shaping of a Phillip Rivers. Big, tall. Well, I don't know if he's that big, but he's a tall guy, statue type of guy. He can move a little bit, but I guess he kind of fits that mold. So maybe that's why they went that direction. We'll see. I wish him luck.
Wow.
Let's see. Romel said, "Do you think we'll get a Madden 21 commercial?" Maybe. I doubt it though.
Yeah, I doubt it.
That's another thing. We don't know how the pandemic is affecting game development. I mean, I've heard some inside information that I know that they're still working. From what I've heard, things haven't been put on the back burner. They're still progressing the way they normally would as far as the stage where the game is. But who knows, man? Who knows how? It's sad for me to say this, but I'm going to be brutally honest. This could be one of them situations where the pandemic is kind of used as a crutch. Meaning, the same thing kind of like when Frostbite came in. And they was, it takes a lot to integrate and we had to pool our resources. And yeah, but you was able to get long shot in there. So I wouldn't be surprised. And again, if I'm hurting somebody's feelings, I apologize. But I'm just being real. Would not surprise me if we hear from corporate, not putting this on the devs, but if we hear from corporate that, well, guys, this was a slower year for us with the pandemic and, the new consoles. And again, not saying it wouldn't be, but unlike other companies, I would look at EA with the side eye like, yeah, okay. Y'all was happy to be able to use a crutch. Meanwhile, we'll probably see other games still flourish in the 21 games and on the new platform, while Madden will probably be still saying, well, the pandemic.
Man,
I
look,
don't know.
let me say something real quick. This is just going, off of NBA 2K. Look what NBA 2K just did with Kobe. Now, I mean, I know they've done some stuff regarding Kobe, especially with the, with him passing away, the untimely fashion of him passing away, and him and his daughter. And it's like they made, they gave away the pink diamond Kobe you could get. They put in a Kobe challenge. You do the challenge, whatever, get your coins and all that stuff or whatever. Now they have a challenge in there where they put at the end, basically, you got these sim moments and these historic moments that you play through. And when you play through them, even though it's a grind, but the bottom line is you play through all of it and you get a a Galaxy Opal Kobe Bryant. Like, and I mean, for those that don't know what that is, if you don't play my team at all, that's basically a player that can do everything. Like, he's great at everything.
Sound like Kobe Bryant.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be 90. He's going to be 90, 95 or 90. He's basically going to be 99 overall everything. Dang near. You know what I'm saying? With very, very minimal flaw. But it's the fact of the matter that they put that stuff in and it's free. And it's like, yes, this pandemic is going on and all that stuff, but it's like, hey, if you're indoors, it's not something you could do in one sitting, but it's like you can spend your time and grind it out as you are able to and get this reward at the end of the day. And not only do you get a Galaxy Opal of him, but you also get one of James Harden and a Hakeem Olajuwon en route to getting that Kobe. All of it free, all of it that you can grind out at your pace because there is no timer on it. So it's like, if they're able to do things like that in their game, and also remember, NBA 2K is the best-selling sports game in North America. So it's like, if they're able to do all of that in their game, EA, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, and why do you think, and once again, like we talked about before, I know we talked about the draft and everything, but the key thing here is, regardless of whatever hardship or whatever it is that they got going on, unfortunately.
Brown in Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Where is Isaiah Simmons? I mean, no Luke Kuechly. I'm sitting here assuming, I won't even gonna say nothing. I'm assuming Simmons. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Draft, people always seem to fall. I mean, it's still in the top 10, but
yeah,
guys seem to always fall, man. You never know what teams are thinking.
That's true. Very true. But, but yeah, so like I said, like what I was saying though, you never know, like, like seeing what they did with 2K, you telling me EA can't do some stuff like that? Shift some things in the atmosphere and, add some things to their game to make it pop, just out of appreciation. I mean, it's cool you giving away the codes and stuff for people to play, but it's like, what else are you guys doing when you got people inside? Like, maybe you guys can augment some programs and make them a bit more friendly, because look, the key thing you got to understand is that folk aren't bringing in money to their house like that.
Nah.
At this moment in time. You know what I'm saying? So if they ain't bringing in money like that, you know what the government situation is. So come on, like, you know what I mean? Like, do something like that. Yeah, it's a grind for you to get this or whatever, but at the same time, you ain't got to pay for it, and there's no expiration. You know what I'm saying? You can literally play up to 2K until 2K21 drops whenever it does, and be like, yo, I finally got that Galaxy or whatever. Or if you only get one of the cars, that's fine. But it's completely up to you to do at your pace.
Right.
Like, no, cater to the fans, because when I saw from what I've seen, the sentiments from a lot of people that usually bash on 2K for this, for stuff they do with my team and all that, they definitely gave them props on that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, this is awesome to see 2K do this. And that's what I'm saying. That's the kind of stuff you got to do for your community, especially with what's going on right now. So
look how much Derek Brown girl smiling. Y'all see her?
yeah.
Hey, we rich, yo, baby. See that nice little early baby right there? She knew. No, let me stop, man. She was like, let's see if I get pregnant. Now he's gonna play extra hard. He's gonna get drafted. I'm sorry, female listeners. I'm just playing. Let's see. Time this up perfectly. And he can be thinking about us while he's on the field. Ball out. He's going to get picked in the top 10. We going to make it. It'd be harder for him to leave me if we have a baby. And if he does, there's child support.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just playing. I know we have female listeners sometimes. It's just jokes, guys. They may be in love. I don't know. But yeah, man. Can't agree more with Smitty on that, man. And after they talk about this pick here from the Cardinals, man, I'm gonna just say a couple things about Madden that we say every week, but just to reiterate, see who they get here.
Isaiah Simmons, they got him.
There we go. Woo wee, bad boy.
Man, that's a real nice house.
Really nice. And the house where Tua was at looked nice too. They had the pool table in the I said, okay, y'all get money already, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You see that, like, Tua dad was just like, he ain't even like,
right.
Man, they smiling enough. He's like, yeah, we good either way.
Right.
I ain't mad at that. That's goals right there.
Yeah.
Good God. Y'all see that? Him running with Travis into you? Woo wee. And like I said, I know he's an outside backer, and Kuechly was an inside backer, but you just would think, and you lose a top tier guy like Kuechly, you would just want to replace that, production at the linebacker spot somewhere. So I'm surprised they passed up on him, man, as far as Carolina. But Derek Brown is nice though.
Simmons played slot corner too.
This dude, he played all over the field.
Wow, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm like, look at his breakdown. I'm like, oh, okay, this side, man. See. Let me say this. These on-field graphics and everything like this, how all this stuff looks. See, this is the kind of stuff you would see 2K do.
Yeah. And EA actually did it with EA Rewind one time.
Yeah.
Took that out.
That's true. They sure did. They had something they could have built on. That's true. But this is stuff you would see 2K. Because, I mean, you just look at NFL 2K5 and just think if they really did put some extra work in on it.
And what's crazy, I knew a little bit of this, but not as much as what they're showing now. Here's the crazy thing, folks. He don't look uncomfortable out there in coverage. He don't look like a guy that, okay, we have a backer that can play in coverage. No. He looked like he's very comfortable out there. Yeah. The Cardinals, man, keep an eye on those dudes, man. They might be a special team in a year or two. Oh, man, look at his girl giving him kisses, too. Is she, oh, baby. But I'll give her credit, though. She was in the back. all the way in the back at first when they first showed her, so she won't all in the limelight. She might be family though. I'm just assuming.
A kiss? No, a kiss on the lips like
Oh, it
that.
was on the lips.
No.
Oh yeah, I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
no.
Just put her nice skin dress on to let everybody know. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Kenyon. My boy Kenyon just texted me. Okay, young fella, I see you got your little lady, got some money.
Right.
Now be smart, young man. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I ain't never had the millions that you about to get, but I'm saying, be smart about yourself. That's all I'm going to say. There's gonna be a lot coming at you. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Afro Thunder said, "Look at that female with the dress."
Hey, he about to be seeing plenty.
Oh yeah, listen.
That's
That's why I said, "Hey, young fella, I don't know what y'all relationship is, but things look a little different when you rich, brother."
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Hey, I wish him well. You better do like the other girl did and get that baby. That girl was smart. She was like, either way, I'm gonna be a part of this family. Listen, guys, it's just jokes. But I have enough. Listen, I have cousins and sisters. I have enough friends to know the game. That's why I can joke like this. And no, not all of y'all are like that. Absolutely not. But I know the game. If Tony's still in here, Tony, remember, man, it was a crowd, a group of girls that's probably still out there in DC that this was what they did. This is literally what they did to all the basketball players. Like, as soon as just trust me, that game is a real game out there. That's all I'm saying. And you just never know who's a part of it. But whatever, let's get off of that.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say about Madden. It's sad, man, because, and Smitty knows this as well as anybody, I have literally more fun playing Madden offline than I do online. And even though we play in a 32-man league, I just play, man, just to pass the time and just try to have a little fun, but it's to the point where I don't take it seriously no more. Like, if I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. Whatever. We just having fun. But the biggest issue to me with Madden, outside of some of the techniques, we know there's technical problems as far as the way DBs transition, the way receivers run routes, things like that, the way the AI reacts to deep balls, et cetera, et cetera. We know that stuff. But even on top of that, user input is so strongly, like, it impacts everything. How many times, guys, have you played against somebody in Madden? You see your guy has 3, 4, maybe 5 steps. Throw it out there, and let's say you happen to throw a bullet instead of lobbing it, which you can't always lob it because that gives way too much time for the safety to get over there. But why is it that as soon as somebody clicks on, they're able to speed up, pick the ball off, or they're able to input, and then it shifts them into an interception? Stuff like that is what kills the game, man. Kills it. You can't trust your eyes. Like, that's the biggest thing I can say. You cannot always trust your eyes in Madden. Sometimes you can, though. There's some scenarios when you play against a user, you drop the thing right in there. Perfect interaction. I almost say perfect two-man animation. And what I mean by that is you see there wasn't a warp situation. It just played out correctly. Even though we would prefer it not to be a two-man, there are times in the game where it seems to respect positioning and everything. But there's other times the dude clicks on. He's covering, he's able to get back into the middle of the field and pick off a slant. It's like those things, man. user input with the warps and stuff. It's just until they get that stuff right, man, we're never gonna be able to say that the game is competitive, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? But again, like I said, it's not all bad. There are times when it plays out correctly, but it's just too much. Hold on, I'm gonna read Kia's comment here after we see this pick. Okay, cornerback from Florida. I'm familiar with him. Okay, Jaguars. Shout outs to CJ Henderson going early. Cool. Now, I think one of the guys at his house, if I'm not mistaken, looked like he got a paper plane hat on, and I wonder if that's just a coincidence, or does that mean that he might be signed to Rock Nation Sports? Interesting. But, guys, let's read what Kia said. He says, because the players can move faster than the ball. Absolutely. Then he says, unless they are running routes, they are slow unless they have an ability on them. Yeah, man, it's like, oh, and in matter of fact, Key, I'm gonna I bookmarked your videos. I want to see you were testing out the O-line. I saw the part 2 one pop up today, so I want to check those out. But yeah, man, it's like that stuff right there is what kills me about the game, because again, I'm one of these people, and maybe it's just a bad habit, and some of you guys will say, no, that's a good habit to have. I don't know how to play Madden, if y'all understand what I'm saying. I always play the game the same way. I try, even though I know it doesn't fully replicate Sim, I try to play a simulation style. I try to go through my reads and check down. And for the most part, I can have a great competitive game in our league doing that. But there's those the other times there you can't rely on what you're seeing. A quick throw. You got to step on a guy. And I don't know, maybe I got to get in practice mode, and maybe I need to do more elevated bullets, but I still seem like they get picked off, because it's not like it, in the touch pass doesn't seem to work as well as it should. If you lob, it stays in the air a little too long, and it's kind of like, I want to be able to make that quick throw, man, when my guy's on a streak and he has a step. Why is the ball being underthrown? And then sometimes, and again, I don't have, well, even with Roethlisberger now, I guess his accuracy has gone down, but even when I'm using another quarterback that I've drafted, I got this guy's, every one of his accuracy measures are 90 or above. If I press up, he sails it so far past the guy, and I guess it's because his arm strength is like 97. So like, how can I drop it on a dime? What do I have to do? How can I avoid people from turning around and just undercutting the pick? I just don't. User override, man. That's what I'm saying. When users are involved and they click on, things get ugly. Let's see who the Browns got.
Let's see.
Who they got? Okay. That's probably a solid pick for them right there, offensive line. Big boy. TJ Watt. Bud Dupree. Hope y'all paying attention. Let me see. He would have to face Bud. He's on Bud's side. No. I think we flipped. I think TJ on that side now. Bud is on the other side. Oh, yeah. I ain't worried. TJ Watt, a dog. I ain't worried about that at all. But Cleveland, another one of those teams, man, if they ever put it together, they got talent on their roster. It's amazing to me why they cannot win. Yeah. He on the right side, so he gonna be seeing a lot of T.J. Watt. Don't worry, we'll be happy to welcome you to the NFL. He looked like he got some nasty with him though. But yeah, that's our synopsis on Madden, guys. It's just they could just get these things together, man. It could be such a better experience. So sad that it's not a better experience. You see what they got in the chat, man. Let's see what y'all working with out there. Classic Rock Gamer says, do you think NFL Stadium's going to be full or empty in August? My best guess right now is empty. I think, here's my assessment on that. I think the NFL will happen. It doesn't do anybody any favors, and this, I'm not saying this in a funny or negative way, but it doesn't do any favors that both, that the guy Allen and Von Miller tested positive. That's not a good sign for the NFL. However, Sean Payton had it, got over it, seems to be doing well. Von Miller says he seems to be doing well, didn't have any serious symptoms. So I think being able to see people recover, and I think there's enough time right now where the NFL will probably still happen because, again, things seem to be on a decline. But it's very possible that there won't be any people in the stadium. I think the NFL might be able to pull off, or they might attempt to pull off what the NBA was thinking about doing before it got canceled without having fans. So my best guess is it won't be flooded with fans, or there'll be limited fans. Like it might be a social distancing thing, like every 5 seats or something. It could be something like that. Let's see what else we got in the chat, man. Cause I told y'all, me and Smitty ain't got nothing else to talk about, man. Really, we just here tonight. I mean, just giving y'all a forum where we could just sit here and talk about football and the draft, whatever else.
Yeah. They ain't really it's not a ton really to get into like that, because
Seldom Seen says Madden release the updated rosters next week, please. Didn't they do something like that before?
No.
Or it was probably just Ultimate Team.
Yeah, Ultimate Team stuff you guys will definitely see coming. But you're not going to see like an updated roster with, just player jersey numbers and ratings or anything like that. You're not going to see any of that.
Yeah.
That's going to be...
There'll be custom rosters. There's somebody doing it right now. Like some of those guys, the Thomas Drab or whatever the guy's name is. Like a lot of those dudes will do it for you, but I don't think we're going to see an official... Honestly, if we saw an official something, I'll be honest with you, I would be concerned. That would make me think that 21 is... You know what I mean? So, I wouldn't expect that.
Well, remember they used to... what was it they used to do? They would put a... Dang, what did they do along with the draft? No. They would... Well, it wouldn't be in the new game yet, but EA would put out pictures...
Yeah.
Showing like that new player in uniform.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of who got picked. So like they would do that, but that's the only, but I mean, even with everything that's going on right now, they wouldn't be able, I don't think they'd be able to do that. Oh, excuse me. Because they're, they have some because of what they got going on, trying to work from home, and I'm pretty sure the studio working capacity is very limited.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much.
Say need to have some music playing in the background. Oh, Afro Thunder, what he's saying, like have some background music playing during the show. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing if it was playing a game or something like that. That I understand, but you know,
Yeah, I mean, I ain't opposed to it, but
right?
the
It's kind
funny
of
thing
like,
is, I've heard the opposite. Like, cause I used to play music when I do my Steelers podcast, and I've heard the opposite feedback. Like, we don't necessarily need to. So it's one of those things. I mean,
because you know what could mess around and happen though too is what if you have somebody call into the show and they can't be heard in particular because of the beats. You know
that's
what I'm
true.
saying? So, and then especially if Sim's like, "Hey, that was a good point you made," blah blah blah, and it's like Sim heard it, but you guys didn't. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you miss that. You know what I'm saying? Or potentially that can happen and be missed. So, man, who's next? Oh, Jets. Oh, here go Kia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here you go, Kia. That's it. Like he got the gasoline for the jersey. If it,
Man, you know who else Carolina could have took? I forgot all about. As far as inside linebacker, they could have took Patrick Queen too from LSU. But we shall see.
yeah. Oh, he said what?
Nah,
He's stupid now.
enough crazy.
He said, "What secret drink it is on the law?"
Look like Henry Ruggs got a robe on or something. What's that he rocking?
No, he just. It look like he's silly.
Oh, she's got legs. Man, that's got to be a good feeling, man. Like no, like you know, if you go tonight, your pockets are on swole,
Yeah,
and if you went in the top 10, your pockets really on swole.
yeah.
Oh, Kia, let's hear it, Kia. How you feeling? Oh, that's a big man right there.
Right.
It might be his pops or something.
Oh yeah, that's his dad. Yeah.
That's a big boy right there.
Right.
His dad looked like he might have played some ball at one
Right.
point.
It's so, hey, you know what? At first I thought that was
Yo,
him.
man.
I thought he was him.
Because you know he ain't just big. You can tell he a tall guy too. Like man,
Yeah.
pops is
Right.
huge, bro. Oh, hey, I know this kid. I forgot all about my brother. My brother works with I think his aunt or something like Holland Springs. For people that don't know, I'm originally from Richmond, Virginia. Holland Springs is a county outside of Richmond. Like they always play. They play in. Well, actually, I actually played against them too when I was in school. But
Dang.
they play the school that my nieces and nephews went to, and my brother knows his parents. It didn't dawn on me at first until I saw his name. Either my brother might know. I think his aunt or somebody works with him, but I forgot that was the kid out of Holland Springs. Well, I don't know him personally, but you know what I mean. I know some of his family.
Yeah.
I didn't know who that was standing there though. That might be his dad. I don't know him. That was a big dude.
Yeah, that's a big guy.
Kia, let me see. He said he's not mad at it. Okay, can't never be mad at a good offensive lineman. God, that's a big boy, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
What's his height and weight? I missed it.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't pay attention to it fully.
That's a big boy.
Yeah.
2 separate fridges for Pops and Son. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yo, big boy. Good
Oh
God.
man,
That's a big boy right there.
pushing trucks.
Man. And guys, I want y'all to pay attention to like the bottom half. Like that dude legs ain't like fat and flabby. This dude is
Yeah,
he a big dude. Wow.
goodness
Yikes.
gracious.
6'7". Woo wee. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, because
Props to him.
he looks like he's in real good shape. Like I wouldn't say he necessarily he lost it looks like he may have lost a little bit of weight, but at the same time he got himself right. Like for football condition, he got himself completely right.
Yeah.
So he looks good.
See what them Raiders gonna do.
Right. And I mean, he said, do I feel the NFL 2K5 CPU is harder to play against Madden CPU?
Yo, that dude right there gotta be John Gruden's son. Look at him. He's almost a
Oh
split
yeah.
image.
Oh, no question. My man right there.
Yeah, look at him,
Yeah.
yo.
He looked just
He built like him and everything.
yeah, he showed
Oh, that's crazy, man.
just like him. Like, yep.
That's gotta be little young Gruden. Has to be.
Oh yeah. That's it. But to your question, Kevin, I think I wouldn't say it's harder to play against necessarily. Okay. They went wide receiver.
Oh, they went Ruggs?
Yep.
Makes sense. A lot of speed.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get used to Las Vegas Raiders. Ugh.
Yeah, I know, right?
That is a robe he got on. I thought so.
Oh, he got on the rope. Okay.
Golly, 4.27. That is a fast human being. Oh, that sucks.
Mm. Okay.
Dang, that sucks.
What?
That his high school like buddy got killed in a one-man car accident. He was supposed to be with him. So they
Oh.
say that's why he throws the 3 up and looks up every time he scores and stuff. This boy can fly though. Oof. They showing him dunking in high school. 5'11".
Oh wow. Oh goodness gracious. Ooh.
You know what's funny? I never really checked his measurables. I thought he was bigger than that. I thought he was a 6 foot, at least a 6 foot receiver. Like I
You
thought
see
he was
that
like
route
six
running right
one.
there?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see that highlight move right there? See, that's how you get yourself open. That's how route running abilities and ratings should be depicted. Not he's just going to run a route this fast or he's going to cut out this quick and the DB is going to overrun him this far and all that. No, 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 no. DBs don't overrun like that. They get shook up. That's how dudes be getting open and everything like that. And you don't have that depicted in Madden. Like it's not depicted like that at all.
Not at all.
So, but no, 2K5 to answer Kevin McCoy because he asked me twice. 2K5 it's not harder. It's not harder, but it presents more of a diverse challenge because they have that VIP system and they actually have not the VIP system because that's for the user, but they have the coaches profiles in it. So they run their plays offensively and defensively based upon the coach. You know what I'm saying? And what scheme they run. So if you call an audible, they're not just going to automatically audible and just now they know what play to call. You know what I'm saying? Like they actually have to adjust. They're actually going to call plays based upon their style, and that's it. So that goes a mighty long way in comparison to what's in Madden.
Absolutely, and we saw it in that old video in APF.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
I mean, it's all there. You pull that video up, right? Pull up that video, guys. Watch that. And then look at how these receivers and stuff run routes when they shake up corners and stuff like that. And you know which game got it right. You know which game does it better. Like that's the sad part. And it's about to be in 2 more months. It's gonna be 13 years, and they still got it over Madden currently. Like that's absurd. But
Afro Thunder, yo, he said he said that D looked like Flavor Flav. Go ahead. Let's see what else y'all got.
Wow. Okay. So, hey, I guess his girl got the same plan as the other kid.
Listen, man.
Because look at the stomach. Look at the stomach.
Yeah. It looked like she.
It looked like it. That's what it looked like. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, man.
Oh man,
mighty good timing. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Shoot, hey, it may not be once that check hit. You know what I'm saying? The game, hey, some people, as soon as that check hit, the game changed quick. Shoot.
Oh boy.
So.
Yo, who Tampa Bay about to grab? They moving up a spot. Who are they going to take? Oh boy, who they going to get? Now how about that? Gronk in Tampa Bay. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, I know, right?
Bruce Arians got something up his sleeve, man. Who y'all think they're going to get, man? One spot. Let me hear it in the chat. I have no idea. I don't know what Tampa is looking for.
And they're saying what Schefter's saying that they're gonna go. They should go tackle, which that would be smart. Give him some more protection because he gonna need that protection.
Yeah. So. And it makes sense to because then you pick it again right behind that. So I can understand the trade. And they have been saying that the Niners was expected to make some trades anyway because they was expected to trade one, if not all, whatever first round picks they had because they don't have a second through a fourth. Oh, they might get their Wirfs kid. That makes sense. And then they probably get a skill position after that. Oh, no. They did the switcheroo, so they don't have a back-to-back pick. They just switched with... Oh, wait, or did they?
I thought you just said that they moved up from... 13 from 14 to 13. I thought
That's it. Okay, from 14 to 13. Yeah, because at first they showed it up here. They had Tampa Bay twice, so it made me think they had 2 picks.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, like I thought it was something else to it. He just didn't say it.
But I don't think Bruce Arians. I mean, I don't think San Francisco was going to tackle. Maybe they would have. I don't know if you needed to move. I wonder. That's interesting. That's interesting. And keep in mind, guys, Wirfs was probably projected to be the first tackle off the board, or at least one of the first. Mm-hmm. So he kind of, quote unquote, fell. So maybe that's why Tampa Bay made the move, seeing that he's in their sights, if that's who they pick. We shall see, folks. And after this pick, guys, we probably could go ahead and wrap her up.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice what time it was.
Yeah. Draft going kind of slow.
About that. Yeah. Still moving slow. You at home, what you gonna do to take that long? You know what I'm saying?
Like, ain't like you can consult with everybody.
Right.
Y'all should have been did that.
You should have did that. That's what I'm saying. Like, you should have did that earlier today. Like, shoot.
So, all right, PS4 guys, as y'all can see, Chris Castile, shout outs to him. I believe he watches my Steelers stuff, but he said he's gonna have the 2020 free agency pool in Madden. So go check out his roster. There it is. Yep, Tristan Wirfs. That sucks though, man. Being the players, like you gotta just be at home. Like you can't even get that experience.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Right.
Wow, they said he ran a faster 40 time than Joey Bosa.
Oh, than Joey Bosa.
Man, what if the Bucks turn and mess around and end up being like a powerhouse for real in these next couple years? That would be interesting, man, because the Brady talk will change. You know, because of course there's a lot of people who think it's just due to the Belichick system, and there's people who think that he is that talented. And of course, you know, he's not clearly the same quarterback. I mean, he's 43 years old, but it's going to be crazy to see what the perception is if he actually goes to Tampa and they win. Even if they don't win the Super Bowl, if they're just like a contender while he's there, that's going to be an interesting story.
Yeah, that's a lot of power.
A lot of power.
That's a lot of power to jump out of a pool with all that weight, knowing that it'll pull on you like that.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a strong guy.
Boy, got a nice pancake right there.
Look at this guy.
Look at how he finished. He all the way down the field.
Man.
Dude is relentless.
Look at this.
Brad, they just showed 3 pancakes.
Look at this guy.
3 consecutive plays where he pushed his man to the ground. There's 4. There's the 4th one. Now let's see what he do here on the goal line. Wow.
Look at this. Boom, driving. Look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. Just think what all pro football, just think what 2K football would be looking like right now.
Man.
If they kept it going. Because, I mean, you look at all pro football, and it's the closest resembling the technique and all of that in their game. So it's like, and even how the quality of the animations when it comes to lifelike replication of the sport, they got it, dude. And it's just like this here. Just like I said, I think I said to you before, Pink Diamond Kobe, that Kobe you get, that's basically end of the rope Kobe Bryant right there. And it's like, he plays like him. He doesn't play the exact same way that he did when he first got in the game. It's a whole like the animations and all that stuff go right in line with him. It's like, how come 2K is able to emulate that, but EA can't give us that? I'm sorry, I can't give y'all that, man. Like,
yeah. It's a crying shame, man.
It is, man. I mean, I know we always hit that point, but it's just like when we see football and we see stuff like the draft and we see these highlights and everything, I could be like, yo, I can see that in APF right now. Like, I could play APF tonight. I could load it up right now tonight, and it'll be there. How come it ain't Madden? How come Madden is not hitting harder than this 13? Excuse me. This nearly 13-year-old game. Thank you. Nearly 13-year-old game, dog. A generation back, and we getting ready to go to a new generation of console game. Come on, dog. Like, seriously, that ain't it, man. Gotta do better. For real, got to do better across the board, though.
Gotta do better. I don't disagree with that at all.
Yeah. So, I mean, we didn't get the presentation, unfortunately, so we didn't have any critiques on that. You know, we just been sitting up here chopping it about the draft, these picks so far. So, I mean, the show's getting ready to end. So I will say this. You know, like always, guys, we appreciate y'all coming through and hanging out here with us. Just you know, this is as lax as it's gonna get with the show. As soon as it's talking about this, so you know, expressing our thoughts, sharing our opinions, things like that. But you know, there's nothing wrong with even doing it next. You know, like hopefully, you know, we will have some topics or whatever to at least express, but. Even if we don't, we can still come on and, you know, you guys give, you know, like we'll try doing the live, the live call. We'll give it a try to do it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if it works and everything like that, like, you know, you guys can come in, let's talk a little bit, have some topics or whatever, or anything you want to talk about, Madden, any questions or whatever, you know, just like Madden gaming or gaming stuff, you know, you want to break down or whatever, we'll do that. So. But yeah, but that's all. But I just want to thank all of y'all coming through and hanging out with us tonight. So I'll throw it to Sim.
That's all I got. I don't really have to add on to that, man. I echo everything Smitty said. Next week we'll try the live calls. If your team hasn't picked yet, you know, good luck. I hope it's fun. I'm going to continue to watch. Still, the people, I'll be back tomorrow. I haven't decided quite yet if I'm going to do a live stream as the pick happens, or if I'm going to do like I always do, wait till the pick is in, then go live. Either way, I'll be on tomorrow at some point. And maybe I'll do that. You know, maybe I'll wait until the 49th pick happens, and then we'll stay on for the rest of the, you know, the second and third round. So we'll see. But yeah, that's all I got. That's all we got. Hope everybody has a good night. Again, stay safe. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the draft. And hopefully your team gets who you want. Other than that, catch y'all later. Thanks for coming out. God bless. Good night. You got to be from a certain era to know that sign off. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.